They got Ross Mandel, they got Jordan Belfort, they got this one, they got that one. It's all bullshit. Because the people that are stealing are all the big firms that I talked about earlier today. The 9 too big to fail are still stealing your money.
The 9 too big to fail.
They all failed, not just once, multiple times. We just know about it from 08, 09 because it was that bad, the whole system.
Yeah, when it's really bad is when we find out about it.
When it was done, when it was toast.
Yeah.
They should have let everything fail. Bailouts. Why are we bailing out? I wouldn't have voted for a bailout. But the boys, the politicians are all owned and paid for. Elon Musk is now showing. He's about to show, in my opinion, you're going to see some news coming out in the next year of senators and congressmen getting direct wires into their accounts.
Yeah.
All about, $500 million for transgender mice.
Yeah.
How many millions went back to some politician that signed that or group of politicians? You understand?
Crazy.
It's all they scam. In order to scam 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, there has to be billions involved. You understand? They have to obfuscate the crime. So if there's $1 billion,
great word, obfuscate.
They back out 10 or 20 million. Who's going to notice that as a line item against 10, 20 billion? Think about it like that. It's an obfuscation, a deflection. Because these politicians, by their own lawyers, they know they're stealing. They know it's wrong. They'll never acknowledge it. They'll never admit it. But we know because we're not stupid. And a lot of people just go by their day. But Trump and Musk and a lot of the people, the MAGA movement, they tried to kill this fucking guy. They shot Trump. They tried to kill him. They hit him with 92 felony counts. 77-year-old former ex-president billionaire. Never charged with a crime in his life. All of a sudden, he's got 92 felonies. You actually think he committed 92 felonies? I mean,
He's never been charged for a crime before. I thought
never charged with a crime. No, he had civil infractions. Never charged with a crime.
Oh, okay.
Criminal laws. You know what? Criminal law. They could take your liberty away. We're in a fucking republic. It's a constitutional republic that's supposed to be a democracy. Yeah. The worst thing you do in a democracy is take away somebody's liberty. And this is a 77-year-old ex-president, billionaire. All of a sudden, is hit with 90 while he's running against the status quo. They tried to break him. They charged his sons. They took his business in New York away.
Yeah, it seems very Hollywood.
Fined him $500 million. What are you kidding me? Yeah. It's lawfare at its ugliest. Now, when I say that what was done to me politically, people say, I get it now. Nobody believed this. America, come on, where there's smoke, there's fire, this and that. Bullshit. The powers that be took the gloves off. There's no more hiding anymore. It's criminal and as corrupt as could be. This is no longer a free country. It's out there now. They have declared war on America.
Do you think the system is rigged so much in a way that there's no possibility for people to win anymore? Or do you think
No, I think every day you have a chance to win.
Okay.
Everybody has a chance to win in this world, even if you're a Russia. I mean, look at my friend Albert Shakhnazarov. Albert was born in a refugee, on a tent, the floor of a tent in a refugee camp in Russia. His father was a political actor, a criminal in Russia, locked up. He was born in a refugee camp. And his father hustled, and God knows what he did. He got it to America, his family to America. And now Albert runs the Axe Elite School up in Connecticut. And he trains people to be elite salespeople and elite people, and he's building a very dynamic thing from a floor of a tent. He's 32 years old, 33 years old, multi-millionaire.
Wow.
Highly disciplined, highly motivated, highly focused, family man, kids.
The people of Russia are, not to make it political, but like we have a lot of propaganda in this country where we vilify that part of the world. I've been doing a lot of research lately, like travel YouTubes, and just the regular people, just the mannerisms, just hey, how are you? Just the regular people who look American. It's mind blowing to me because my whole life, watching Rocky 3 and 4, you think, oh, Russia's the bad guys.
The biggest lie is the American media, and that's why you see what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling the truth.
So
the truth is, in Russia, Putin is like George friggin' Washington. He changed that country. People were starving in Russia. People had
George
no money.
Floyd.
Right? We made George Floyd a hero. The guy's a drug addict with an arrest record of 17 times. He was a low-level street dude that robbed people, hurt people, and used drugs, bought and sold drugs, a lowlife. We have statues of him now in a park. Hold on. Russia. You bring up Russia. How about China?
A martyr.
We vilify Russia. We vilify China, and we're sold this American dream. We're told about how America's free and America's this greatest country in the world. When you actually get out in the world and travel, you'll find out that America's a dump. And people around the world today look at America as a second and third world nation. Only thing America has, we lead the world in two things and two things only. One, the amount of money we spend on defense. That's what we have. We have a military. Freedom, there's 100, out of 130 countries in the world, over 100 of them are free. They're free, okay? We are number 47 in reading and writing and math in this country, in this world. 47. Our kids, America has been raped, robbed, and pillaged. China, if you look at a car that you could buy in China for $25,000, you can't buy that. You can't buy a car equivalent. It's $250,000 in America.
Here,
I want you to understand that.
Yes,
because our technology is shit, our manufacturing is shit, the quality of our goods is shit, most of our services are shit. Go to a Japanese hotel or a German hotel. Travel the world and understand we have been sold the biggest pile of horseshit in the history of Earth. And I'm going to tell you something. Where our government, where our politicians have gotten this playbook from Nazi Germany, Hitler, and Joseph Goebbels. The Germans, when the Russians and the Americans stormed Germany at the end of World War II, they shocked Germany. They were convinced they were winning the war.
Yes. Facts.
If you listen to German media, you were winning the fucking war. We are the biggest bunch of suckers ever, the people that live in this country. We think we're superior, this, that, the other. We're so far behind the eight ball. Putin is this terrible bad guy. America's the bad guy. The Ukraine war. Do you know how many treaties America has broken?
That's how the whole world feels, that we're the bad guys. We're the only
We
ones
are the bad guys.
that think we're
Putin
good.
made a deal with America. NATO was going to stay out when the Soviet president gave in and gave up East Germany and said, knock down the wall. There was agreement NATO would never come east. In writing, there was a treaty. America has broken that treaty 6 or 7 times.
And that's what prompted them to the
Finally,
Ukraine war.
We moved our missiles, which could easily hit Moscow, right up right up bordering Ukraine. And that's when Putin said enough is enough. They violated 6 or 7 treaties. America.
Russia, who not too long ago had missiles in Cuba.
We're the bad guys, trust me. Government, our military.
Yeah.
I mean, how about our Department of Defense? $800 billion for military spending. We failed the last 7 or 8 audits. They don't know where the money goes. You understand the military-industrial complex has been running this country and this world for a long time. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give a shit about us as Americans.
Why would it?
It's all about power and money. One thing I learned when I was on Wall Street, if you want to know why things happen, follow the money. Now, since I'm fighting the government all these years, I learned that the next thing is power. If some people don't have access to money, they don't have skills to get money, so they go into things like politics. They go into the military. You get power. Once you have power, you can get money.
You could cover up those holes money can't.
Power and money are the two things that motivate people in the world that we live in. It's something, it's some part of the DNA of the human existence that God put in with us. We are interested in power, and we're interested in greed. We control money. But this is really the American story. Now, 350 million people have been raped, robbed, and pillaged. We owe $37 trillion right now as a country. How is that humanly possible? Now we're finding out. We're paying, $500 million to study transgenderism in mice.
Yeah, these big company bailouts, you feel me? Like all that.
One
stuff
scam after the next.
Yeah, United Scams of America.
One scam after the next. And they lock guys like me up and say, there's the bad guy.
This is the villain.
And it's a lie.